How to build an attractive body, step-by-step guide. If you only take one thing away from this video, it's that to build an aesthetic body, you have to build muscle, and to do that, the only way is to go to the gym and or resistance train. I don't know what anyone's talking about when they say you can build muscle from running, swimming, cycling. All that's bullshit. It's the amount of muscle you build from doing these aerobic forms of exercise, these cardio, is so little and so insignificant. For unless you're like super genetically gifted, you're not going to build any muscle doing those types of exercise. You're not going to build muscle from doing martial arts or plyometrics or any of these other forms of training. The only way you're going to grow is by resistance training, and this is just comes from either weightlifting or doing calisthenics. Calisthenics is a good option for people who don't have access to a gym or weights, but ultimately the number one option is to weightlift. And what I mean by resistance training, I mean getting your muscle to resist a force. That's pretty much it. When your muscles contract against a heavy weight, that's how they grow. They don't grow by thousands of repetitions. They grow by training close to muscle failure. So when you can't complete the rep anymore, that's how you grow. Not by doing this cardio and this bullshit. That's just lies. That's not going to build your muscle. Okay, we know we have to build muscle, but which muscles should we prioritize? I'm going to give you a ranked list. Number 1, lateral delt, so side delt. So this is really the key to looking big and strong. Like, this will give you a strong physique, and yeah, it's very masculine to have big shoulders. And the biggest part of the shoulder is the lateral delt, and it pops out, gives you that 3D look, gives you that bolder shoulder. Yeah, not much else to be said. The side delt, lateral delt, is definitely the most important muscle for your physique. So prioritize that as your number 1. The second is the lats. Why the lats? Well, females find a V-taper in a man very attractive. Just how as a man, as men, we find the hourglass physique very, very attractive on females. It's just like a primal sense of attraction. That's just how it works. So work the lats. That will make your shoulders look wider, and by doing lateral raises for your lateral delt, it makes your shoulders bigger, wider, which gives you that illusion of, it's not even an illusion, it gives you that V shape with the broad shoulders coming down to a small waist. Number 3, neck. A lot of people don't talk about neck training, but it's really important. Having a wide and thick neck just makes you look like a man instead of a boy. When you have a skinny neck but a good physique with clothes on, you just look like a skinny kid who doesn't train. You gotta be training neck. Yeah, you cannot have a skinny neck. It just looks so bad. Having a thick neck adds so much to your overall physique. And yeah. Number 4, abs. No explanation needed for this one. 6-pack abs. Everyone finds them attractive. Everyone can recognize abs. Every girl likes abs. It's very hot. 5, another one people don't mention a lot, forearms. You cannot be walking around with this skinny little twig, tiny little forearms, man. Come on. Everyone skips them, but they're very important. They're pretty much shown 24/7. Along with your neck and your forearms are always visible, so you have to have them big. And you just look so much stronger with big, thick forearms. What can I say? Lastly, we have the chest. Again, very simple. No explanation needed. A big, full, strong-looking chest will either can make or break your physique. If everything else is good but your chest is small, yeah, you're not going to have a very good physique. Let's get into it. How to prioritize these muscles. So for the lateral delt, the side delt, the only two exercises you'll ever need is the lateral raise and the shoulder press. Lateral raise comes first because it directly and specifically targets the lateral delt, the side delt, and the side delt is the primary mover. So you can do dumbbell lateral raises, which are very common. You can do cable lateral raises. You can do machine lateral raises. All of these work. Just do some form of lateral raise. The second exercise you can do is the shoulder press. Many people think the shoulder press is just for front delt, but no, actually the lateral delt is pretty heavily involved in the shoulder press as well. So yeah, don't skip out on shoulder press. I know like these optimal fitness influencers say, oh, well actually you don't need to do shoulder press. Shut up, bro. I want everyone to be doing a shoulder press. Your shoulders are your most aesthetic muscle, so you need to prioritize them. Shoulder press is a must exercise. I listen to these optimal fitness influencers who are saying, you don't need to do a shoulder press. The front delt is used in pressing movements for the chest. No, that's bullshit. I did not grow my front delt at all until I started doing shoulder press, and now my front delt's underdeveloped. Most people say everyone's front delt is overdeveloped. Mine is underdeveloped because I didn't do shoulder press. So I want you to do shoulder press. Simple as that. How would I arrange doing lateral delt? On chest day, I would do it second. So if you're doing a push day, probably do chest first and then shoulders, because if you do shoulders first, then your shoulders might be fatigued during your chest press, and then you won't be able to take your chest to failure because your shoulders are already at failure. On back day, I don't know who's doing shoulders and back, but yeah, do it first because lateral delt is the most important. For me, I'm just going to clearly mention this. The only way, not the only way, the most beneficial way to prioritize a muscle is by training it first on that day. I'll say that again. The best way to prioritize a muscle is by training it first. If you want to prioritize your shoulders, train your shoulders first before any other exercise. So on back day, train it first. On arm day, train it first. And if you do it shoulders on leg day, always train lateral delt first. Next is the lats. The two exercises here are a vertical pull, such as the lat pull down or pull-ups. They're pretty much the same movement. In this movement, you're going to have your arms wider and your elbows are going to be flared, which will train like the lower lats. And then your horizontal row, you're going to keep your elbows tight to your hip, tight to your body, and yeah, keep them tucked, and that will train the upper lats more. Yeah, that's all you need. Train both of these heavy, I don't know, 5 to 10 reps. Easy, pretty simple. If you do chest and back, I would say train your lats first, because your lats do contribute a little bit more to your physique than your chest because of that V taper. And if you're doing a pull day, obviously don't be like these idiots training biceps before back. Bro, just train back before biceps. If you train bicep before back, your biceps will be fatigued. Let's say you train your biceps to failure, they're going to be fatigued during your back exercises, and they will give out before your back gives out. So your biceps will be at failure from the start, but you won't be able to take your back to failure. It's just stupid. Just autistic, stupid people do that. Never do that again. Always back first, okay? And if you're some maniac who does back and legs, respect to you, bro. Back and legs is crazy. Train back first, because no one cares about how big your legs are. Your lats are more important. I'm just joking. Don't skip legs, but definitely train back before. Okay, next one. Neck. The only exercise I do for neck is neck curls. You can probably find some other ones that I've seen Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has a fucking thick, girthy neck. and he does these like weird like headstand exercises where you put your head on the ground and then like roll around. I don't know about that shit, but you guys could try it definitely. Um, yeah, I just personally only do neck curl. So you grab for all these exercises, by the way, I can't show you the form. Just Google like some fitness YouTuber and search up how to do neck curl good form, and then copy it exactly. That's how you get good form. Yeah, so for neck curl, you you pretty much just grab a plate, put it on your head, and yeah, just curl it. Pretty simple. That's gonna get you a really big neck. There's other exercises you can do, but this is the number one exercise. This is the most ROI exercise, so that's the only one I'm gonna put here. For abs, there's only two exercises you need. So for the abs, the crunch will train the upper abs, and the leg raise will train the lower abs. The only I definitely recommend hanging leg raises over leg raises. They're just much better, and you can also progressive overload by putting a dumbbell in your feet. But right now, or you could extend the moment arm by like having your legs straightened. So if you're a beginner, just do it with your knees bent, and then as you get stronger, yeah, extend your knees. This hanging leg raises will train the lower abs, which are often the ones that come out are more harder to get. Most people can have easily get a set of upper abs by doing crunches, and just by just doing nothing really. But if you want to get the lower abs, you have to be training hanging leg raises. Hanging leg raises, hanging leg raises, hanging leg raises. This is a really good exercise. For the crunch, I only do machine crunch. It's the best form of crunch. If you have a good machine, I feel it a lot, and it trains the upper abs. And yeah, if you don't have a machine crunch at your gym, just do cable crunch. Pretty easy. Exercises like planks, stuff like that, that is not good for your abs. Never do planks for abs. Always do crunches and hanging leg raises. Planks are good for strength, but they do not create muscle because it's just the isometric movement. It doesn't take it through its range of motion. So let me say that one more time. These are the best two exercises for abs. Don't be doing planks for seeing your abs. Do it for strength. Forearms. So there's a lot of options for forearms. The number one exercise is definitely the reverse curl. The reverse curl trains the biggest muscle in the forearm, which is the brachioradialis. So you can do that with a barbell, a cable, or a dumbbell, whatever. And the form's very easy. If you really need the form, just search up some YouTube video. Hammer curl, self-explanatory. It works the brachioradialis a bit and the brachialis. The brachialis is in the arm, but yeah, I just feel it in I feel it in my forearms though. So hammer curl is not a bad exercise for forearms, but it's not the best. Reverse curl is definitely better. Wrist curl. For wrist curl, this one will train the forearm flexors, and you can do it. I don't really do this one, to be honest. I just hate training forearms. You can do a wrist curl with a barbell, a cable. Yeah, it's very simple. You just curl it. And for the forearm extensors, I don't know what they're called. You do wrist extension. So instead of curling towards you, it's basically the opposite motion of that. You can do that with dumbbells or barbell. And one I didn't put here is farmer's carry. Farmer's carry is another isometric movement, but it really does put stress on the forearms. So it's a decent exercise. I like doing farmer's carry. You just feel like a G when you're doing it. Yeah, throw that in there as well. What about chest? I think everyone knows how to train chest. Very simple. You needed something for the lower chest, middle chest, and upper chest. The lower chest and the middle chest are one head, so they all works in unison. When I say decline bench press, I don't mean at a 45-degree angle or anything like that. The only thing you need is a very, very slight decline. I don't want to see you doing these steep. You look like an idiot when you do these very steep decline press. Like when I see someone doing decline bench like on a very steep angle, I just know they're stupid. So if you're doing that, all you need is, let's say you're doing barbell bench press, just put a 25 kilo, the biggest plate in the gym, under, and that will give you enough decline. You don't need this, like the decline bench. You just need a plate under your normal bench. So personally, I do Smith machine bench press, and what all I do, you lift up the bench and you put a 25 under. That gives you all the decline you need. And if you have a decline machine press at your gym, another good option as well. But I don't have a decline machine press. So for the middle chest, very, very simple. Do a machine flat press. Ideally for chest, you want things that converge, so they come together. But if they don't converge, that's fine as well. Every gym will have a machine flat press. Upper chest, very simple. Incline machine press. If your gym doesn't have an incline machine, you can do it on the Smith machine, you can do it on the bench press, you can do it on dumbbells. Doesn't really matter, but machines are better. Next thing now is to improve your diet. Now, in the fitness influencer space, there's a lot of bullshit. Everyone's saying, "Oh, you can eat whatever fits your macros, bro. Oh, whatever fits your macros. You can eat cake." Sam Sulek fucking eating his oat milk, his cereal. These guys are retarded, man. You think that's not gonna have negative consequences on your health with all that processed sugar and artificial cancer? This is why testosterone levels are as low as ever. If you want to be healthy, only eat meat/fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit, and nuts. This is the healthy diet. I don't want to see you eating this processed food. It's true, you can get good gains by eating dirty bulking, like eating fucking Pizza Hut, Sour Patch Kids, sweets, oat milk, cereal. You can get big by eating these sugary things, but you're gonna have fucking acne and you're gonna be ugly as fuck. Your face is gonna be puffy. You're gonna have it's really bad for your health. Please stay away from this processed stuff. It fucks up your brain as well. You can't think properly. You're thinking slow. Blood sugar, whatever, diabetes, obesity, all that. Like, it's gonna take a toll on your body. If not now, in the future. The healthiest people only eat these things. I promise you. Eating unprocessed food is the way to go. One more time. Just meat, eggs, vegetables, fruit, and nuts. This is the healthiest diet I've ever been on. This is the healthiest the best I've ever felt. And it's definitely the healthiest. To build muscle, you need to eat protein. Protein is the foundation to muscle. And so how much protein do you need? You need around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is roughly equivalent to 2 grams of protein per kilo. So if you're 90 kilos, you need 180 grams of protein. And the three only protein sources that you should be counting are meat, eggs, and protein powder. This is the most high quality types of protein. So for meat, let's give me an example. I try to hit 200 grams of protein a day. So I want to have 6 eggs a day, and then 500 grams of meat. So 6 eggs is around, let's say, 30 grams. The 500 grams of meat, that's around 20% protein, so 100 grams, so that's 130 grams altogether. I have 3 scoops of protein powder, which is roughly 60 grams. So we're at 190. So that's pretty much how I get my 200, and then I'll have nuts. So for breakfast, personally, I don't have carbs for breakfast, so I just have eggs. Eggs are very good, very versatile, and they're high protein. To build muscle, you need protein, and you need one. The recommendation is around a little bit less than 1 pound, so I think it's 0.7 to 1 grams per pound of body weight, which is pretty much 2 grams per kilo. This is a good recommendation, but what I've learned from talking to some bodybuilders at my gym is that you should always overestimate. You should always aim to overachieve your protein goal. Let's say you're 90 kilos. 2 times 90 is 180. Aim to get 200 grams of protein. Just round that up, because that way, if you miss something and it's not a complete tragedy, if you get extra, that's a bonus. There's the more protein, the better. It's pretty hard to have too much protein. You don't have to worry about your kidneys. The studies have shown that you have to eat a shit ton of protein to fuck up your kidneys. So don't be worried about having too much, unless you're having like steaks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that type of stuff. 20, 30, 40 eggs a day, you should be fine. So for eggs, I have eggs every single morning, 6 eggs a day. That's an easy, what is it? I think it's around like 4 to 6 grams. So it's between 24 and 36 grams of protein. Eggs are just like pretty bunch of superfood. They're really good for you. Have as many eggs as you want. Don't worry about all this cholesterol bullshit. 6 eggs a day. You can scramble them, you can fry them, you can boil them, you can poach them. You can even bake them. They're such a good food. I'm not going to mention lunch, because you can figure that out for yourself. But for dinner, just have meat and vegetables. Pretty much there's only 3 sources where you can get good quality protein, and that's meat/fish, eggs, and protein powder. Yeah, all the other sources of protein not very high quality. So once more, meat, eggs, and protein powder. Specifically whey. Whey is the best. It's like a direct injection of protein into the muscle. It goes in instantly, very fast. Definitely the best form of protein. Well, apart from meat. Meat's really good. Oh, and eggs. Eggs, meat, and protein powder. What I like to have is I will usually have either chicken breast or chicken thigh or beef mince. Beef mince is just very versatile, very cheap, very easy, and chicken breast, just a goated bodybuilder food. Chicken breast, broccoli, rice. Yeah, pretty easy. At dinner, I want you to have as many carbs as you can if you're bulking. So this is where you get your calories in. Eat a big dinner, meat, potatoes, carrot, vegetable, broccoli, all that stuff. This is where you have your carbs, because it helps you go to sleep as well. If you're cutting, you could skip lunch probably, and just have breakfast and dinner. Eggs, meat and vegetables, and as a snack, nuts and fruit.